Oh my god. Hello, chat. How are you doing? This is the first VTuber stream in a bit. I mean, since my vacation, because it was not yesterday, the day before. Wednesday, we had the follow-up for my trip in Edmonton. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, everybody. How you doing? Goodness gracious. Hope you guys are ready for me to talk about tiny little plastic spacemen for a bit. Oh, man.
I love you.
Doc Croc 110. Thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. Thank you. Welcome to the stream. I hope you enjoy your emotes, including the spinning banana. The big favorite of chat is the spinning banana, so I hope you enjoy. Level 1 Evie has been a moderator for 18 months. Why did we give you a clipboard? I'll never know. But I'm celebrating my 18-month mod anniversary. Free bans for everyone. Yippee! Oh my goodness. And Infinite Kitty, thank you so much for the tier 2 sub for, oh my gosh, 69 months. Nice! Hell yeah. Funny number. Now you gotta aim for 420. Hold on. I'm gonna try and pull chat up here. I'm gonna pop out chat. Actually, hold on. Let me pop out chat here. Pop out chat. Chat, I'm popping you out. How do I make it so you go, like... I want you, like, here. There we go. Put chat there. There we go. That's nice. And then we'll scoot you over, chat. And then we'll put you here. And then I'll be here. And then we'll cover that. And that looks great. There we go. No, you're getting pop chat. You're getting mood. I'm sorry. That's how that's gonna go. New wear? Nah, I just took my bell and my cape off. I'm in, like, my casual jacket look. Because, you know.
I love you.
Oh my gosh, Miss Tweeto's agreeing a tier 1 sub to level 1 Eevee. Now they're a mod and a subscriber. Doubled the power. Chat, how you been doing? Sorry I've been gone. I will say this, we're gonna be doing this backlog vlog, and then I will be playing Golden Sun tonight. We're gonna be doing a double dose here. And then tomorrow is Pragmata. So we got a double dose of streaming fun for the whole family to enjoy. But we're here. I don't even know where to begin. Obviously at this point, 11th edition has come out. And I have to say, so far, as a person who only played a little bit of 10th edition Warhammer 40k, 11th edition is good. I like it a lot. So yeah, I've been very much enjoying 11th. I think my I want to say, like, my 2 favorite changes to 11th that I really, really like. Well, actually 3. I'd say 3. Yeah. My 3 favorite changes to 11th edition is 1, love that we keep our secondaries throughout the entire game. So for those of you who don't play Warhammer, basically every battle round, like when you're playing your opponent, you would draw from a deck of cards, and you would get something called a secondary, which was like a little mission you had to complete for more points. Because the way you earn points is by completing primary missions and secondary missions. And secondary missions are random. But the problem was, in 10th edition, you'd pull cards, and it was just like... Turn 1, you'd pull a card, and it's like, oh, this is impossible to get unless I have literally, like, scouts or infiltrators or something I don't have in my list. And the way it works now is that with the secondary cards, now you keep them. So let's say I pull Assassinate. Turn 1, I get Assassinate. That's a bit of a tall order, because usually characters are with, like, infantry, or they're, like, big monsters, or they're a big vehicle or something like that. So if you pulled Assassinate turn 1, it's like, well, I'm not getting this, and I'm not going to score it. But now it's like, oh, I pulled Assassinate first turn. Well, you know, I can't kill that Space Marine captain because he's surrounded by intercessors, but maybe by, like, round 2 or 3 I could, which means I get to score it now, instead of, like, pulling Assassinate turn 1 and being like, well, I'm not gonna get that, which means I don't get points, which means, and, you know, and then my opponent pulls good cards, and then they just, you know, you can't catch up. So, really, really good change. I like that you can, you can keep the cards. Thank you so much, Oathbreaker Drawing, for the water break. I poured myself some tea, but it's really hot. So, It's a little warmer now. I can't drink a lot of it. It's still pretty hot. But that's probably my favorite change. Also, Lost Mon. Hello, first time chatter. Nids eat Marines. They sure do. I haven't played against Tyranids, chat. I played against Gene Stealers. I did play against Gene Stealers. I've never played against Tyranids. And chat, new revelation in my local group. There's a lot of Tyranid players in my area. Like, termites in my town? It's more likely than you think. There's a lot of Tyranid players, man. Second change I really like is that primary isn't, again, also kind of random. So, to give you an example why it was kind of, I don't know if it was bad, but it's a bit frustrating. Let's say I'm running, like, a swarm Tyranid list, right? Like, I'm running, like, 200 billion bodies, you know, like, 32 units of Tyranids. And then my opponent rocks up with Imperial Knights, right? Which is maybe, like, 4 models. Or, like, 5 models, right? And then we get the primary mission, Purge the Foe. Well, the fucking Knights player is gonna win that. Because I have, like, 1 billion units, and they only have, like, 4 or 5. So, I lose. Like, that's just the way it goes. So, the way that 11th works now is they have dispositions. Which is, a blessing and a curse. So dispositions basically are tied to your detachments. So every single time you make an army, you have to build them in a detachment. And the detachment basically gives you rules, gives you stratagems, things like that. Usually buffs. For example, with my Salamander's army, I have the Forge Father Seekers detachment. And that gives me like assault on all my weapons. My flamers and meltas are better. If I'm within 12 inches, I shoot better. And my Infernus Marines get a buff. So, it's pretty cool. But the disposition for Forge Fathers, originally, was Purge the Foe. And let's say my opponent is like a different rule, like they're reconnaissance. Well, what we do is we look at the reconnaissance versus Purge the Foe. We pull out the primary missions for each of those. And it usually ties into the playstyle of each of our dispositions. So something like reconnaissance is about like going and, you know, checking out ruins and things like that. Purge is about killing. Disruption is about being a fucking spy. Take and hold is about like fortifying and holding defensive positions. And priority assets, I have no fucking clue what that is. I don't know what priority assets is. Never played against it, never played it, so, you know. But it's neat. I really like it because instead of like rocking up to be like, oh, well, we rolled Purge the Foe, which applies to both of us, and I'm gonna lose because you have more bodies than me, or like other stuff. It's like you can kind of prepare your list a bit better for like what your goal is as an army. And it makes army list building a lot more like, you don't have to be trying to cover so many bases as badly, which means you can take more specific units if it fits your playstyle, and also the disposition you prefer. Which disposition has been my favorite so far? Okay, so I've gotten a few games in, reps-wise. I have played, 4 games. 4? Technically 5, but 1 was a learning game. I've played 4 games of 11th so far. My first game was against Eldar, and I was playing Purge the Foe, Forge Father Seekers. I was not running some of that bullshit. I'm going heavy flamer. And I played against an Eldar player. He won, but I had a really fun time. Again, the biggest thing for me was the, keeping the goal cards if you don't score them. I really like that. That's a really good one. And then I played against Gene Stealers, and I won that game, and I feel like a dickhead because my opponent was, hopefully it's okay if I say their name. Their name is Bailey, and they've been 3D printing me shit, and I really fucking, oh my god, dude. Bailey's like a bro, chat. Bailey is a bro. Bailey has printed me 120 Hormagons, and I was like, hey man, like, how much do you want for the 120, you know, Hormagons? And Bailey's like, you're fine, you don't have to pay anything. And I was like, do you want to get, like, I could slide you a crisp 20, Bailey? And Bailey's like, nah, it's fine, you don't have to give me anything. What an absolute Chad, man. Like, dude is printing stuff for people, like, accessories and model proxies. Frickin' Bailey printed me a dragon recently for a proxy model for my army. Yeah, Bailey's a homie, dude. Bailey also hosts, like, Warhammer nights. And that's where I was actually at yesterday. Bailey was like, yo, you're back home? Like, we're having Warhammer night. And I'm like, I want to go to Warhammer night. I want to go play Warhammer with the bunch of dads. So, yeah, Bailey and I played my second game of 11 was Bailey, and to be perfectly frank, I was cracking out 5s and 6s. Bailey was getting 1s and 2s. It was, I felt bad at the end. I don't think Bailey was having much fun, and I felt like a piece of shit. And, like, I remember going to Discord and telling you, chat, like, I beat up Bailey, and you guys were like, wow, Monty, you're such a dickhead. I'm like, shut up, chat! So that was my second game. Then I went on vacation. But I watched a few games while on vacation. And then we'll get into my other games, I think. We're just gonna leave it right there. But I played 4 games. We'll get into the other 2 games later. I want to finish first my third favorite thing about 11th edition. If you don't have a round base, if you have an oval base, it no longer costs 2 inches to rotate that bitch. You can now Tokyo drift Cerastus Knights. Thank God, dude. I hated having to rotate non-circular bases. Drove me insane. Hated that shit. So now it's just like you get to rotate for free. And I think you like rotate from the middle. So it's like, cause like when I played my Knights, I had a detachment which is like, oh hey, you get plus 2 inches of movement, which is like, hell yeah, I can run shit down the board. But 9 times out of 10, that 2 inches of buff movement just went to turning. It was so boring. It was like, oh cool, I love my detachment that gives me this buff that just doesn't do anything. Yippee. So, yeah. Anyway. But yeah, my training arc is going good. If you follow Warhammer at all, there was a data slate that dropped. So, chat, I'm gonna give you a bit of timeline of events, okay? I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of information about what I've been up to. So, I played my first game of 11th, and I was like, hell yeah, this is great. I'm having a great time. This feels really good. In my heart, chat, first of all, Salamanders are doing incredibly well. People are kicking up a bit of a fit about Salamanders doing well. I would just like to say before I start talking about my Salamanders, some people play Salamanders because they're very strong. I play Salamanders because I want to kiss Vulcan on the mouth. We are not the same, okay? Like, first of all, I very much, like, coming into 11th, I'm like, I want 30 Infernus Marines. I want to run a lot of Librarians because not only are Librarians good with the Librarius Conclave detachment, also, I just finished the second Salamander Omnibus novel. I'm going to be a huge nerd here, chat. You got to bear with me, okay? I finished the second Salamander Omnibus oh my god. The second Salamander Omnibus book. And it involves 2 librarians, who I'm not going to talk about because of spoilers. But there are 2 librarian characters in the second book, and I'm like, oh shit! Like, I want some librarians for my salamanders because of this book. And then, okay, so that in my head, I'm like, that's what I want. I'm like, I want some librarians for my list because of this book I'm reading, and it's fucking awesome. Also, Box Cheese, I saw you. Hello from the Walmart break room. Hope you're having a good break. Don't put me on speaker. But Vulcan is on the celebrity cheat pass list for Monty. Listen.
I love you.
Daniel Bonin, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub for 35 months. Thank you so much. Woo! Woo! So, I played my first game, and I'm like, this feels pretty good. I'm reading the second Salamander book, and I'm like, shit, I want some librarians. And I swear to God, chat, this is true. There are 2 librarian characters in the books, and I was super excited. I'm like, oh man, I want 2 librarians to put in my army. Someone...
Thank you.
Oh my god, Lumen, thank you so much for 300 bits. Onto the fires of battle, onto the anvil of war! Love it. So, someone in my community, I did, like, some little games with, but it was 10th edition. I did, like, a 1,000-point game, and it was a lot of fun. But they were like, hey, like, I have a bunch of Space Marines. Are you interested in them? And I was like, yeah, sure. Like, shoot me a list. I'll see. And the guy selling, or I guess selling them is not really the word. He was basically like, hey, I'm willing to sell them, or I'm willing to trade for, like, Pokemon cards or Magic the Gathering cards. And I was like, okay. And the thing you need to know, chat, is that when Magic the Gathering released their Forgotten Realms D&D set, I actually got a bunch of fucking cards for that. I nearly master setted that that card release, actually. But I never, like, finished the, like, master setting the Forgotten Realms Magic the Gathering set. Mostly because I didn't want to have to go through the trouble of buying singles with all the shipping. So the cards just sat in a binder for, like, since that set came out. And so I was like, hey, you know, like, I have an almost completed master set of the Forgotten Realms. Like, would you want to trade for that? And he was like, yeah, that sounds great. And I was like, okay, well, send me the list of what you got. Chat, are you ready for the list of what he had? Are you ready for this list? I'm gonna take a drink here of my tea. I think it should be cool now. Oh, that's at the perfect temperature. Oh, that's so good. All right, you ready for the list? All right, so first one, Captain with Relic Shield. Blech. I don't want another Captain with Relic Shield. I already have one, and I don't want to paint that shit again. I hate painting Relic Shields. So I was like, I'm not really interested in that one. He had some other stuff that I already had. And then he's like, okay, I have 5 Assault Intercessors. And I'm like, okay, I'll take Assault Intercessors. They're pretty good. And he's like, I got 10 regular Intercessors. And I was like, oh, hell yeah, I can use that for Brothers Albatross, because they run a lot of Intercessors. And it was like, oh, yeah, like, okay, 10 Intercessors. 2 Librarians. So one was a Primaris Librarian, the other one is a question mark Librarian. And I was like, hell yeah, I want Librarians because of the book I'm reading and the characters in it. And then the last thing, 30 Hellblasters. Chat, 30 Hellblasters. Hellblasters are plasma gun boys. The most you can field in a game is 30. And reading the list was like, okay, a Captain with Relic Shield, some other captains, some Terminator stuff. Oh, some Librarians, nice. Okay, Intercessors. 30 Hellblasters! 30 Hellblasters! So, we talked it out, and, basically, I felt so bad for the guy. Here's the thing about chat, here's the thing about me, buying secondhand Warhammer, okay? Buying secondhand Warhammer is the cheapest way to get it, honestly. Besides 3D printing. And, again, no disrespect to this guy, he was very, very nice. But he was like, oh, hey, all of this stuff at full retail price would be this amount. And I was like, at full retail price, you have built and painted almost all of these models. I'm gonna have to fix a shitload of them, because a lot of them have custom shoulder pads for Dark Angels for some reason that I'm gonna have to scrape off. Normally, when it's like that, I only go for 50%. But because this guy was trading me for cards, I was willing to go with 80%. And it ended up equating out pretty well for the cards for the Warhammer anyway. I'm scared to ask how much it was. Full price, it was too much. But at 80%, considering the condition of the models, and how much work I would have to put into it, I put it at 80%, and it was about $300. About. Yeah. Gaijin's hitting the nail on the head. It was Canadian, though, so, like, 300 is about 220, 240. But I was like, that's the highest I'm willing to go. And basically, I was like, I'm basically taking everything but the stuff I just, like, the Relic Shield Captain and a couple other things, which I already have anyway. And so we did a trade. It was a 1-for-1 trade. I gave him the binder, too. Like, he got the binder and the sleeves and everything. I'm like, I'm not gonna pitch a fit about that. That's fine. But yeah, I got a lot of, Hellblasters now. 30 Hellblasters. I have so many Intercessors, which is great. I needed them. The only thing is the 5 assault intercessors I didn't have. It only had 4. So the sprue was missing 1 guy. So I actually only had 4 intercessors. And for those who play Warhammer, intercessors can only be fielded as 5s or 10s. So missing an intercessor, like an assault intercessor, was bad. And I was like, shit, what am I going to do? I need like just 1 Space Marine to like fill out the squad. So I went to my local EB Games. There's this thing called, I think they're called Warhammer Heroes. It's basically Warhammer Gacha. It's like a blind box, but you get a random Space Marine. And my local EB Games, I was like, in my mind, I'm like, well, where am I going to get an extra, like, assault intercessor? And I was like, wait, shit, I think EB Games has, like, the Warhammer Heroes. So I went there, I bought, I think, 4 of them, and I was like, I'm going to open these if I don't get, because one of the models is an assault aggressor. I'm like, if I don't get the assault aggressor, I'll come back and I'll buy the rest. So I went, I bought 4 packs. It was also on sale for like, what was it, like $5? That shit was on sale. And the people at the EB Games were like, please just take all of it. And I'm like, nah, I'm just taking 4. And they're like, please just take all of it. We can't sell it. First box I open, assault aggressor. So now I have the full 10, like I have the full 5-man squad, which is great. But the important part about this deal, was not only did I get, I got 2 librarians. Now I already had a Primaris librarian that I bought, again, because of the novel I was reading. For those who caught me reading Salamander, there was a librarian character by the name of Pyriel, and I love him, and he's cool. So I got a Primaris librarian as, like, Pyriel. I'm like, oh, I want to paint this up for, like, Salamanders, and it's Pyriel. But now I got 2 more. I got another Primaris librarian, and I got a question mark librarian, but I have it. And I was like, sweet, I have 3 librarians. I'm pretty sure that's the max you can have. And then 2 days later, Librarius Conclave came out for 11th edition. And chat, there's something to be said about luck, okay? The fact that someone sold me 2 librarians before Librarius Conclave came out, and it is the best pairing detachment for Forgefather Seekers, bar none. Like, insane-o luck, chat. Also, if I disappear, my power's been flickering. I don't know what's been going on, but my lights are acting up. So yeah, I have 3 librarians now for Librarius Conclave, and I'm like, fuck yeah, awesome. So my list very quickly becomes 3 librarians, 3 squads of Infernus, Vulcan Hesan, Brutalis Dread. It's like I start making my list, and then I play Bailey, and I kick Bailey's ass, and I feel like a huge dickhead because I'm not kicking Bailey's ass because I'm good. I'm kicking Bailey's ass because, like the librarians, I'm very lucky. I'm very lucky. But after the game, like, Bailey gave some really good advice. Bailey's like, I think you might want to take out the Brutalis. He recommended a Storm Speeder Thunderstrike, which I really like. And also, because anyone who's played Warhammer knows, Sternguard veterans with Fusillade enhancement with a librarian. Absolutely disgusting, feels like a huge oversight. So Bailey's like, hey, you might want to consider adding 10 Sternguard. And I was like, I don't know, because like it's meta. I don't like to meta chase. That's not good for me. It's not good for my opponent. It's not good for God. Like I don't want to meta chase. And I was like, I don't want to pick Sternguard when I could just have more flamers. And then Bailey, like, I don't know. No, I think I looked at the stat sheet. Yeah. I looked at the stat sheet. They can take flamers. And I was like, son of a bitch, I'm in. So I had 5 Sternguard from my Leviathan box. I kit bashed one of them to get a flamer. And then I went out, I won a gift card during the league, my local league. If you guys remember, I came in last in the league, but I came in first for painting. So I got, a gift card to a game shop. And so I went to that game shop, and I picked up another box of Sternguard Vets. And I was like, okay, this is my painting list. 10 Sternguard veterans, Two librarians, a repulsor, which chat you generously got for me for my birthday, thank you. And the land speeder, the storm speeder Thunderstrike, which is actually a proxy model. So I was like, okay, 10 models is a lot to paint. But what I did is I packed my Sternguard veterans with me to Edmonton to paint at the Airbnb. Honestly, very enjoyable experience. I would be sitting at the desk with like a bunch of friends and we'd be just shooting the shit, and I would just be painting my little army dudes talking. It was very, very nice. But before I went to Edmonton, here comes this arc. I cannot wait. So obviously 11th edition has just come out. I have a lot of friends who are like, oh, I want to check out Warhammer. And like, obviously I've been playing a lot. And so like, I have a lot of friends who are like super interested in checking out Warhammer, which is great, honestly. It's really fun. And so I was like, okay, let's, Gaijin Goomba, if you're still in chat, Gaijin's been trying to get me into a game for so fucking long. But like, yeah, I know we need to fight. But Gaijin like showed me kind of how to do some TTS stuff. And I was like, sick. Now, chat, there's this thing called Teams tournaments. Teams tournaments are not like regular Warhammer tournaments. There's more rules. Oh, Gaijin knows what's fucking coming. So basically how a team tournament works, you and... Gaijin's like, oh no, I know what Monty's about to talk about. It's so it's funny, Gaijin. It's so fucking funny. So basically how a team's tournament works is that you and 4 other players make a team. And the rules are, you cannot have the same army. So if I take Space Marines, a teammate can't take Space Marines. If I play Necrons, Therapod can't play Necrons, etc., etc. So you can't double up on army lists. You have to be different. Additionally, and normally, in a teams tournament, you build your list kind of like you would like an MMO raiding party. You have someone whose job is to deal with like anti-swarm. You have someone whose job is to deal with like anti-tank. You have someone who's, built to deal with X, Y, and Z. And you cover each other's bases. And then you have something called the draft phase, where basically you present armies as attackers and defenders, and you determine the matchup that way. So it's kind of like a strategy game. I'm doing a very shitty job on describing this, but what you need to know is that teams tournaments usually are fun. They're a good way to play as a group. It's a nice way to run unique lists, and it helps you fight kind of different armies. I'm gonna take a drink of my tea. So... I would like to preface what I am about to say next with, usually are fun. They're usually fun. Because I'm about to get into this next part. Now, I want to preface this. A lot of this is my fault, okay? A lot of this is my fault. It's likely that maybe I'm an idiot and I didn't read. But there is a Warhammer YouTuber who I like to watch, and they were hosting, I think their coach, is hosting a tournament, a teams tournament. Now, this teams tournament in the announcement was advertised as like, hey, this is a teams tournament. It's beginner friendly, and just come on in. And there are 2 ways to enter the teams tournament. One, you would go in by yourself and you would be slotted into a team that would require a player. Or you enter with your own team. So I was like, hey, this is great. This is perfect. I'm learning Warhammer. I have friends who want to learn Warhammer. And this is a learning teams tournament, which could be kind of fun. So I gotta keep it together. I'm like, hell yeah. And it's in August. They're like, August teams tournament beginner friendly. Like, that's That's what I'm seeing. I see, you know, new player friendly teams tournament in August, and I'm like, fuck yeah, that's awesome, because I have my trip in July. I get back, you know, mid to late July, and then I can do this in August, and I can get some reps in before my GT. And so I make a call to some friends. I'm like, hey, who's interested in like maybe doing this? And my team, we are called the Warhammerers, by the way. Our team consists of myself, Bygrond, or Byron, our Draken King, a friend of Zan's, Therapod Art, Therapod's friend Arthur Bones, who is a YouTuber as well, and Level 1 Evie, who showed interest in the game. And like Evie's like, hey, I kind of want to try it out. Byron has the most overall, I would say, probably Warhammer experience, at least in terms of like playing other editions. I have the most 11th edition experience at this point because I've played 2 games. I have played 2 games, and unfortunately for me, by the merit of being the one to be like, hey, are folks interested, I am now the team captain of the Warhammerers for this tournament. And you know what? I was like, okay, it's fine. Like, this is a beginner friendly tournament, which, you know, means that other people there are learning, right? Right? So I'm like, okay, we all make our lists. I want to get reps in for my salamander list. So I'm like, hey, I really want to do like Purge the Foe, Forge Father Seeker salamanders. So that way I can get more experience in before the GT. Therapod goes Necrons, which is fucking sick. Byron goes Imperial Knights, or not Imperial Knights, sorry, Imperial Guard, apologies. Astra Militarum if you're a zoomer. But Imperial Guard. Evie goes Imperial Knights because it's the easiest thing to learn. And Therapod's friend, Arthur Bones, is like 7,000 pigeons. He builds full 2,000 points Kroot. If it's not a Kroot model, it's not in the fucking list. So that's our team. I was like, hey guys, we should try and build lists that help cover our bases. That did not happen. Everyone they followed their heart. And I was like, you know what? We're new. It's fine. Like, we're new to the game. Everyone's learning. It's probably better that we all... Yeah, Mr. Bones 40K. Yeah, that's him. And like... It was like, okay, this is an opportunity to learn. You know, it's fine. We don't have to worry too much about it. Also, we are allowed to change our lists in between rounds, which is great. So that's a thing. So I'm like, all right, sweet. I'll go on Purge. We'll put Evie on Purge because it's easier. And then Kroot went on, I think, was it Priority Assets? And then our Guard went on Priority Assets. And then Therapod hadn't decided yet. And then I learned that, I guess in 11th edition teams tournaments, not only do you have to have a different faction, you also can't double up on dispositions. So yeah, that was a problem. That was gonna be a bit of a problem. Let me get back up a fucking chair again. So yeah, problem. I'm gonna put my tail down for this shit. What the fuck? I can't put my tail down. Oh, there it goes. Okay, good. So, yeah, everyone made their list except for Therapod. And then I had to go and be like, hey guys, we need to change lists. Evie had to be cobbled together. Byron had to change. And Arthur, again, hilariously dead set on Kroot, which I respect, honestly. That's the play. Dude was there for the memes, and it's great and wonderful. So I am scrambling and kind of stressing out. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. However, what makes this more stressful is that I learned that this August tournament, in fact, starts on June 15th. Now, we have 10 days after draft, like the day that draft is available, to schedule our games and play against our opponents. And now, chat, you may remember that on the 15th, I think it was the 14th, I went to Edmonton, away from my PC, away from Tabletop Sim, and I am the team captain. I need to do draft. I'm a fucking idiot. I immediately was like, oh shit, this starts on the 15th. Like, I thought this was starting in August, because I saw August beginners friendly tournament. Again, this might be where I'm a dipshit, but I was like, shit, oh no. So I am like, okay, here's my battle plan. First of all, Emi might not just get a game in, because Evie's currently in Canada. 2, I have to do draft with my phone. So I need a piece of paper, and I'll put down our team so we can do draft. And it's gonna be it was the most scuffed shit on planet Earth, chat. But I'm like, oh my god. Here's the thing, chat. The moment draft is available, I have to be awake for draft. I need to schedule draft, and then I need to do the draft, and then I need to get all of my teammates their matchups. So I need to send the contact information of their opponents, basically, for their games. I'm responsible for that. I wanted to do a fun, silly thing, and I accidentally stumbled front first into a responsibility. But chat, it's okay, because I'm going to get reps in with my army, and it's be really, really fun, and I'm going to have a good time, and I'm going to learn, chat. I'm going to learn. Yay! So, I go to Edmonton. I pack my Stern Guard veterans, and I'm ready to paint them up. I paint the Stern Guard vets at Edmonton the whole time. I get to Edmonton, we arrive, and I think I go to bed at like 1 in the morning. And as we're traveling from my town to Edmonton, I'm checking the Discord for this tournament, and everyone's like, hey, like, what time is draft? Like, when is draft? What time is draft? Like, when should we be ready for draft to be available? Because we need to schedule with our opponents and all that jazz. And there was no answer. Like, there was nothing. People were asking. Some guy just came in and was like, I think it's gonna be at, like, you know, like, this time, Great Britain time. And then I take that time, I put it into, like, you know, the time translator. Draft starts at 6 a.m. And I'm like, son of a bitch. I got to Edmonton at 1 in the morning. I have a couch to my name, and I have to be up at 6 a.m. for draft. But I don't even know if I have to be up at 6 a.m. for draft. It's a complete, like, it's question marks. It's just a guess. It's the best guess I got. So I'm like, okay. I'll set an alarm for 6 a.m. I'll check the Discord. If draft isn't up, I'll go back to sleep. So I go to sleep in my couch, which is, very narrow, to say the least. I set my alarm and I go to sleep. 6 a.m. my alarm goes off. I get up. I am freezing to death. It is so fucking cold. In the Airbnb, I am shivering and shaking. I am so fucking cold. But I get up. I grab my phone, like, freezing to death. I look and they're like, hey, like, draft is available. Get in contact with your teams and schedule your games. So I look, and we get paired with, I think their team name is called For the Greater Good of Caliban, is what they were called. We're called the Warhammerlers. That's us. And I was like, hey, I'm the team captain for the Warhammerlers. I'm like, when do you guys want to do draft? And the opposing team was like, hey, we can do it at, like, essentially 9 a.m. my 10. Now, chat, adding a wrench into the situation was the fact that because I went from BC to Alberta, my time zone changed. So not only did I have to juggle scheduling internationally, I now have to juggle scheduling internationally, and I am now in a different time zone as well. Thankfully, I managed to get it sorted, and I was like, okay, I have draft at 9 a.m. I grab every blanket that I can see in the Airbnb, because again, I'm freezing to death. I gathered up all the blankets, I just threw them all onto the couch, and then crawled underneath them. I then wake up at 9 a.m. Heartsy gave me a piece of paper and a pencil, and I wrote out our armies on that. I get into a call, and they're like, hey, you need to get into TTS. And I'm like, I am in Edmonton. I can't do that. I have pieces of paper, and I have pieces of paper. And they're like, okay, cool. Where the fuck is your team? And again, it is 9 a.m. my time. Thero's working. Arthur's busy. Byron, question mark. And Evie is also not at their computer. It's just me. And my team is like literally pointed at me, gave me a thumbs up, a big smile, and said, don't worry, Monty. You got this. Chat, I don't got this. I don't got this at all. I, in fact, do not got this. So, yeah, girl did not got this, chat. And, like, I keep moving around. Ugh. Oh my god. I'm so small now. Shit. I need to stop messing with shit, man. So, I get into call. I have pieces of paper. It is, chat, I'm so embarrassed, man. It was kind of embarrassing. But, like, I thought this was starting in August. I was not prepared for it to start in July. And, like, I was like, fuck me. So I had notes about kind of the list that my friends were playing. But also I had notes about, like, okay, what things do I not go into? So I get into draft. I present as first defender, basically. Because I'm the one who has the most experience, and my list is pretty, like, I'm used to adapting to situations. I kind of have to because of my local scene. So this is basically the matchups that I got, and I'm going to tell you the reasons that I did it. They're dumb, stupid, not strategic reasons, but it was the only thing I had to work off of. So, first, I put myself up against an Orc Luda Shuda list. The reason I put myself against that list is because it would fuck up everyone else. I was the only one who could probably go into it and maybe make it out unscathed. Gaijin's already apologizing. We haven't even got there yet. Tut, tut, tut. I put Necrons into Custodes, because in my Unga Bunga caveman brain, I'm like, okay, well, Custodes are hard to kill, and Necrons are hard to kill. Let's just throw them together. I put Imperial Guard into Tau, because they were both mixed blends of infantry and artillery, and I was like, that should work. I put Evie into Dark Angel Bikes, and I think that match is happening as we speak. And then, the best matchup, and the reason for it being the funniest, I put Arthur's Kroot list, 7,000 pigeons, into 1,000 stuns greater demon spam. So 3 Lords of Change versus birds. It literally was birds versus birds. No strategy. No strategy at all. Just birds versus birds is funny. That was draft, man. My opponent I ended up playing was like, what the fuck was that? Was the weirdest draft we've ever seen. And it's like, yeah, because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I just point at Learners Tournament and I tap the sign over and over. Look at there! Tap, 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 Learners! Oh my god. So, I'm shaking my head. Oh yeah, I need to submit my list before tomorrow too. I forgot. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting distracted. So I make the list. I send everybody their contact information and I tell my team, you need to schedule your game with your players. Thankfully, my team schedules their games with their players. My opponent, is like a dad, and so he's like, I'm busy till the 20th. I'm like, well, that's the best news I've heard all day because I'm not home until the 20th, basically. So I won't be able to play until I get back. But we've scheduled our games, and my job is done, right? So the games come through, chat. The thing you need to know, I walk into draft like a little peewee propeller hat lollipop holding little baby child, all right? I walk into draft. First of all, actually, there's a little funny thing I can add about the draft. First of all, I'm like, oh, are you guys all new too? And our opponent team is like, no, we run GT circuits. And I'm just like, what? What? Oh, okay. But, you know, it's the first round. So, you know, you're going to have, it's going to be random who you're going to be put into. And I'm like, so I tell our enemy team, I'm like, hey, listen, when I say we're new, I mean we're really, really new. Like, we are incredibly fucking new. Like, some of us haven't even played games we're that new. Like, I'm the most experienced. I have 2 games. And I still don't know all the rules. Like, I'm still baby. And they're like, okay, yeah, we'll teach. And to their credit, chat, they did teach. However, they also did not hold back, which I get. Thero got 0 to 20. Byron got 0 to 20. Arthur got 6 points for our team. And then I had my game. Now, I was against Orc shooting. I'm grabbing Gaijin by the scruff, and I'm sitting him down in front of chat right now. Gaijin, are you here? Gaijin, I want you in call right now. If you're here, you might be working. Yeah, I want... Yeah, get in here, motherfucker. Let me know when you're ready. We're getting Gaijin in here. This circus music is perfect for what's about to happen. Like walking into, as an adult, into a kid's karate tournament. Yeah. Alright, ready. Okay. This should be fucking good. Hello, Gaijin Goomba. Oh, whoa, you're big.
Okay. Can I just say something in my defense?
Uh-huh. Let me move you first.
Okay.
I'm gonna move you. Because you're big
made me small, put me in the shame corner.
Yeah, putting you in the corner. That's where you belong.
Alright.
I want to preface this. I want to preface this and say I'm not mad, okay? I'm not mad.
I'm mad at me. I'm mad at me. Alright, so can I tell my side really quick?
Yeah, try and defend yourself.
Chat, Monty comes up to me, seemingly out of the blue, and says, good God, help me, Gam Gam. I'm fighting against Orc shooting. Orc shooting is my specialty, okay?
Uh-huh.
It's the one thing that I run all the time. I like to think I'm good at it. I have a really good KDR with it. So I'm trying my best to think of, okay, what are all the things that I would do or be afraid of that I could run scenarios in my head to help out Monty? I did not try to sabotage anything, okay? So here's the thing. I know what kind of list she's up against. And the first thing that I would do is I would kill the absolute hell out of the Infernus Marines, because they are the biggest threat on the table. The thing is that with what Monty told me that she's got, she is at about half range. She has insane killing power, but she's at half range. And I know the range that she's going to be going up against. If there are flash kits in that group, they are going to do everything in their power to just destroy her.
Yeah.
And they have the ability to do that. They got strong enough weapons to do that. So I told Monty, I said, I really think you need to put your Infernus in reserves, bring them out turn 2 once everything is screened, not knowing that that was the screening unit.
Yeah.
And I was like, bring them in so you can jump your opponent, take out all the other big threats. I like to think the rest of the advice I gave you was
it was good. Here's the problem. We didn't get to a point where I could utilize literally fucking any of it.
Yeah, I know. So...
Can I explain how the game went?
Go for it. Go for it.
So-
Because I actually don't. I just hear screaming of everything is dead, and I'm like, I can't help you, Marty. I'm not there.
I recorded the game. I recorded that game too. So I load up to my opponent, and my opponent, first of all, is like, "What the fuck was your draft?" Again, I want to just point out my opponent was very nice. He seemed like a tired dad. But like my opponent was like, his team was befuddled by us. They were like, what the fuck is going on? Like, first of all, I forgot to mention, they thought I was a guy.
Oh.
When I was doing draft, they were referring to me as he, him, and I'm just sitting there just like, I'm too tired to correct them. I'll correct it later. I'm like, I'm just too fucking tired for this shit. I don't want to fucking deal with this right now.
I get that.
It's fine. I just woke up, but it was like, they were like, either like, I do appreciate the bros and the dudes, but they're like, oh yeah, Monty, he's gonna be playing Salamanders. He's brought this list, and I'm like, yeah. I'm not a boy. I'm a guy anyway. And so like, fucking, anyway, I get into the game, and immediately I put both my Infernus Marines in reserves, because that was the advice I received. And I was like, okay, I'll put them in reserves. Seems kind of weird, but okay. And to be fair, Gaijin's like, oh, don't, like, poke your head out. Now, I poked my Repulsor out, turn 2. And I thought I had my Land Raider. This is the one thing where I probably should have fought for it more. But I had moved my Land Raider with the intention of hiding it behind a wall. And my opponent was like, oh, I can see like a centimeter of it. I'm now going to shoot 50 things into it. And then it's got one shot. I was so like, I didn't want to argue for it. Because it was like, it didn't seem malicious. But it was definitely like, because like he was, the problem was he said he was writing down stuff like, this is bait. Like he was trying to teach me. But I didn't see the text. Like when we were playing, I don't know if I just didn't see it because I was too focused on other things. Or if it was like TTS acting up. I don't know. I didn't see it. And I honestly, my biggest flaw with playing is I do take bait way too easily. I need to stop taking bait. And I totally took bait. I got baited out, and then I got horribly punished for it. I didn't think my Land Raider got baited out, but it did. My Stern Guard got baited out. My Repulsor got baited out. But it was turn 2, and I was just sitting in my deployment, and he was just getting points. And I was like, I can't just sit here for fucking ever. And the other thing, too, is because I didn't have my Infernus out, he just screened all of the reserves deployment with his boys. There was no place for me to fucking bring them out.
Okay.
So, yeah, he literally told me after the game was over, he was just like, by the way, the game was over turn 2 on his turn, like 100%. I did kill Gaz. That was like my
Which is good.
Yeah, but that was it. That's all I did. I didn't score a single fucking point, Gaijin. Not a single one. Not a single point did I score in that game. And
how many boys was he running?
Tons. I sent you the list.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
that's fair.
Apparently, both of our lists got nerfed, but like, yeah, it was like he blew up. I think something exploded. I lost boys. Like my Repulsor blew up, killed guys inside. My Land Raider blew up, killed guys inside. Double battle shocked. Shit just fired, the rest of it fired into the shit out of the tanks. They all died. And that left me with literally He-Stan. Like, literally just He-Stan and fucking my Thunderstrike Storm Speeder on the board.
Okay, let me ask this. How did the Repulsor, and especially how the Land Raider die? Land Raiders give me so much struggle.
He just died. He just did a fuckload of damage, and it was like AP a billion, and he had like all this... Gaijin, there was a point in the match where he's like, can you make me 55 4-up saves?
What?
Yeah.
Do you know what he used? Do you know what unit he was attacking you with?
Maybe the tank busters? I'm not sure. I was out of it at that point, man. Like...
No, I get that. I'm just sitting here trying to think, because it's like, I've sent 2 full groups of tank busters into a Land Raider. I did maybe a third of its health.
Yeah, I don't...
So I don't know. Either something wasn't right, or they were rolling way harder than they possibly should have.
Maybe. He was going so fucking fast. I couldn't keep up with what he was doing, to be honest with you.
And that's kind of shitty.
Yeah. Well, that was the thing I was so confused by. Like, I was laughing because I was hysterical laughing because it was so ridiculous at that point. Like, it was the moment my shit got blown up, I'm like, oh, I've lost. Like, I don't like to be that player who's like, I lose a unit and I'm like, oh, the game's over, because you can always turn things around. This was one where I'm like, oh no, there's no fucking coming back. I just literally lost like 4 units in a single turn. And
it's a Mayday moment, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, it's over. It's like I can't deploy my Infernus anywhere that's gonna matter, where they're not gonna just get shot off the board the next turn at all. It was like, and like he was going so fast. Like he was showing me how to use TTS, which I appreciated. I didn't really get like after the game. Basically, his advice summed up like, "What the fuck were you thinking?" was kind of the advice. Which was like he's like the moment you put your Infernus in reserves, I was like, I won the game. He's like, I didn't fucking understand that play at all. Like that was really fucking bizarre and weird and like just self-sabotaging at that point. He's like, you should put the land speeder in reserves. And then he's like, oh, you should remove like half your army. And I'm like, okay, yeah, and replace it with fucking what? And he's like, I don't know, scouts. And I'm like, I'm not getting rid of Adrax Agatone, first of all. That's my thick dad, and I love him dearly. I'm not removing him at all.
So I'm just gonna say it. You fought an exceptionally sweaty person, and that brings shame to me as an orc player.
I don't know what was going on. Like, I never judge people, because I'm like, I know what's going on in their life. And he was like, we were laughing, but like, shit was going too fast. I was like, I felt like, I don't know. I obviously like I've told him multiple times like, hey, I'm learning. I'm the most experienced player, but like it's 2 games, man. Like that's all I got. And like I was like, hey, and like there was some stuff where like he's like, oh, I wrote down this was bait, and I'm like, yeah, I didn't hear anything or see it. My camera was either all the way over here not seeing that, or like I didn't see it. And like, you know, like part of me was just like, man, if it was such a bad play, maybe you could have advised me a little bit more and been like, hey, you know, this isn't a good idea because of X, Y, and Z. But like, yeah, I don't want to like rib on the guy, because he also maybe was, I think, I won't imply anything, but I think he was kind of frustrated that I wasn't a very good opponent to begin with.
Well, that's
like,
not your fault.
Well, this might be me projecting my own like guilt, but I'm just like, man, I was probably not very fun to play. It was a stomp. That was it. It was what 2 turns, game was done. And it was
okay.
Like,
I'm gonna say this as this somewhat more experienced player. Never ever look down on yourself for how you played. The only time, like, if you lose, you learn. You know, you learn to not listen to me when it comes to screening, because I don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to Space Marines.
Gaijin, I clasp a hand on your bright yellow shoulder pad, and I look at you in your red eyes, and I say, I think there's a few lessons to take from this. One, not that I shouldn't listen to you, but I need to believe in what I know about my army more. Because I knew I had an off feeling, and I should have trusted that feeling maybe a bit more than I trusted you. Like, not in a bad way. Not in a bad way.
That's fair. I know exactly what you're getting at, and you are correct. My biggest problem was I didn't really know how your army played. All I could think of is, what is the killiest thing that you have? Because that is what they're going to try and get rid of first. Yeah, and honestly, and I should have screamed. The Infernus are such a good Overwatch threat. They also are action jockeys, and they would have been very good to plug up some stuff that he could have tried to encroach upon, and that was the big thing. But as I'm playing my game, I'm messaging you, just like, I'm fucking dying. And then, Bailey, who we've mentioned earlier, who's an absolute... Bailey's awesome. Bailey messages me and is like, hey, we're doing Warhammer meetup night tonight, because that's Thursday nights. Like, every bi-weekly Thursday nights, they do, like, a, you know, we go down to a basement and, like, a bunch of people play Warhammer, and it's fucking awesome. And cool. Bailey's like, hey, we're doing it tonight, do you want to come? And I'm looking at, like, the time, and I'm like, oh, this game's fucking over. Like, I can go, because I was like, I slotted out, like, you know, 5 hours, because I was like, yeah, we're gonna have, like, a 5-hour fucking game. No, it was, like, maybe 2 hours, not even. It was very... His turns were like, bam, 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 and my turns was just me scratching my head going, oh, what the fuck do I do? But I was on the fence because I got my ass beaten so... It was very discouraging, I think, was my big... Because I was like, I got my ass beat so hard, and I'm like, if this is what it's gonna be like at the GT, like, I'm not gonna... Like, this might be bad for my opponent and bad for me, I'm not sure. Like, I felt very discouraged. Just overall, like I was like fucking downtrodden. I tried to make it was funny because I was like, I got my ass beat so badly, it was kind of funny. Like make me 55 saves at 4+ was like, okay. Like, I'd have to go back and see that. I want to see what he's doing, because there's no way. He's got to be, if he was hitting you with flash kits on lethals and was rolling nothing but 6s, that's the only way I can imagine he's getting that many wounds.
I don't know.
Because that's just dumb.
But I came out of the game. I was laughing. You have to laugh because if not, you cry. But once I got out of the game, it was like kind of the bad feels hit me. Because like after the game was over, he's like, "Oh, you should get rid of like the company heroes," which I was.
That was shitty.
Like
I'm just gonna say it. That was shitty.
No. Well, because the problem, the data slate came out, and it was like I asked him. I'm like, "Hey, the data slate came out. Obviously, Sterngard and Fusillade got nerfed. I thought just Fusillade would get changed. I didn't expect them to nerf Sterngard too. That was kind of brutal." But I was like, hey, I'm thinking about switching out the Sterngard for 10 intercessors and then switching out, like, removing a librarian and, like, adding in, like, some different stuff and, like, and again, he was like, you should get rid of Adrax and, like, the Blade Guard vets. And I'm like, no. I'm like, I'm not getting rid of my fucking... That's your boy. That's my thick dad, Gaijin Goomba. That's my thick father. And I love him.
No. I don't... Listen, I would not tell you to change anything. I think your list is good. Because I sat down and I mulled it over in my brain. I'm like, how the hell am I going to fight this? Because with how hidden works and obscuring terrain works, all she has to do is wait for me to get into any kind of area. Because the only thing I could do to fight her was send in boys to their fiery death to make her fire, to make her out of hidden, and then maybe kill her with Ludus and flash kits.
Yeah.
Maybe hit her vehicles with tank buses. I've never killed a Land Raider. I've never been able to do enough damage to it because it's so damn tank.
Yeah.
So
the advice was like get rid of Adrax, put in scouts, but I'm like, that's not me, I'm like, I get that scouts are probably good, but I'm like, if I'm running salamanders, I want flamers, meltas, I want really like thematic stuff. Maybe it's not as good, but like, I don't know. I'm like, if I'm not running, artifacts of Vulcan, what the fuck am I doing? You know what I mean? Plus, Adrax didn't get to do anything in that game anyway. He just got blown off the map. It's like, but I came, like, again, and the thing I felt the most embarrassed about was the guy, again, the guy was not being malicious, but he was very much scratching his head because he's just like, first of all, like, what the fuck was draft? It was like nothing you were choosing made any sense to us. We were like, apparently his team was in a call and they were like, what the hell is this guy doing? Because they still thought I was a boy. But they're like, what's this guy doing? And it's just like, I don't know, because I don't know, like, again, August teams tournament, beginner friendly. And I'm like, and people are like, why don't you know anything? And I'm like, why do you think? Because I'm new. This is my first ever teams tournament. They sound fun and interesting, and I thought that's kind of what this was. And I legitimately, like, after getting out of the game, I messaged the team, and I'm like, I don't know if we should continue, because I don't know if this is what it was advertised as, and it's, the scheduling is like a jump scare a little bit. Like, I don't want to, like, rib, because it's, like, it's meant to be more casual, but I'm like, the fact that, like, I didn't know when draft was until draft happened because someone just guessed is, like, stressful. We only just now learned that we have 12 hours to submit new lists before round 2. And by the way, we're using the new data slate mid-tournament, so we have to now change our lists and a bunch of dispositions changed. And I'm just, like, sitting here and I'm like, I don't think this is a learners-friendly tournament because, like, now all of us are changing our shit. So I messaged my team and I'm like, guys, I feel like a fucking idiot because, like, I was not directly, but it was like, people were like, what the fuck are you doing? And I'm just like, I don't know because I'm learning. And that's what happens when you learn is you don't know. And, like, I was, but I felt deeply embarrassed about it because it was like, I explained it. I was like, we're learning. Like, the entire team is a team of people who do not know how to do this shit. We saw this as an opportunity to, like, do this shit. And I'm not trying to roast the tournament, but I'm like, I don't think beginner friendly should have been included. At least at this point. Because I feel like I'm scrambling a lot. And the thing that makes me the most stressed out is I don't have the knowledge to help my team. Yeah. And, like, I drafted, the only draft I did correctly was Kroot into Thousand Suns because of birds. And that's literally the reason. That was the reasoning. And that was the best matchup, honestly, because it was funny. And, like, the guy was like, oh, your Kroot player should swap out and put some Vespids in. And I was like, my guy, I cannot even begin to explain to you how that is not possible. It is Arthur Bones wanting to run fucking Kroot. That is not changing in the slightest. Like,
Can I throw something? Can I just throw a long stream of things out there because I think you were treated incredibly unfairly.
I don't think I was. I think, like, you know.
Okay. Your call. I think you were horribly mistreated. And this is coming from someone who has played against good people, against people who want to do a fun list, and sweaty as hell people. I have fought every single kind of all of these people. That was not a beginner's tournament, not even close. They were as far. You don't have to say anything bad. I'll be happy to say terrible things.
Be careful, because there's also a person, like, the person who's hosting it is a YouTuber, and they seem fine. Like, the hosts seem like, things are kind of all over the place a little bit, but it's like,
okay.
You know, I don't know. I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt, because I also maybe, like, I'm in my brain, I'm like, maybe I misread something. It wouldn't be out of character for me, right? I'm not gonna put in the blame entirely, I'm like, on the organizers, because it could also be that I don't fucking read, and I'm an idiot. But there was beginner friendly there. And...
I was about to say, you're fine. Like, granted, I gave you bad advice. I didn't realize, Monty, I didn't realize it was that sweaty. That was a sweat match.
Neither did I. And, I mean, when I got into draft and I was like, hey, we're all, like, it's literally Hydrogen Bomb versus Coughing Baby, the matchup. That's literally how it felt. Because I was like, we're the Coughing Baby and you're the Hydrogen. Because I was like, oh, yeah, you guys are all new, right? And they're like, no, we do GT circuits, like, every fucking hour. And I'm like, oh... And it sounds like, and here, I'm going to say this right now, in terms of, like, everybody else in my team so far said their opponent was really nice and taught them a lot of shit. So, like,
okay.
that's why I'm not, like, gonna be like, these guys are fucking dickheads. Like, I don't even think my opponent was a dickhead. I just think he plays the game differently and expected a different experience with me as much as I expected a different experience with him. And, like, everybody else in my team has said their opponent was really fucking nice and understanding. So that's the thing, right? Like, I'm not gonna immediately be like, these guys are fucking awful and they're fucking cringe. I'm like, no, I think it was just like, there's a discrepancy. And, like, when I looked at the scores for, like, the other teams, there are definitely teams that are like, oh no, you are also baby. There was a lot of 100-0 team scores.
Oh, that's awful.
There's a lot of, like, you know, 80 to, like, there was also some close ones. There were some close ones as well. But, like, for us, it's like, our score is going to be 94-6. Like, oof. You know? But now it's like, we're technically we're technically going through the Civ now, right? Like, now we're in the losers bracket, which means we'll probably get paired to people who maybe are also more on the newer side and aren't going as hard. And maybe there's more opportunities for the games to, you know, not be so quick, at least for me. Yeah.
I'm just gonna say, like, that's the part where I'm like, there was no excuse for that. Like, Monty, I've been busting my ass to create a completely new format in order for new people to take their time and really experience all the rule sets, all the dice rolls, all that other stuff. If anyone was with any real sincerity wanted to teach you, they would look at you and say, am I going too fast? Or especially if you said you're going too fast, they would slow down.
Yeah, like, I did say a couple times, like, I'm sorry, you're going too fast. Can you explain what's going on? And they would do it. To be fair, they would do it. But it was like, his turns were like instant. Yeah. It was so quick. And I was like, okay, now it's my turn. And I'm like, it's my turn now. And I'm like, okay, now there's more orcs up the board. I don't know. Like, I remember, like, going over and, like, hovering over stuff and, like, trying to read what everything did and, like, trying to parse, like, because you mentioned, like, I had my notes. I actually still probably have them here. I have be cagey, don't be the first one on the points, hide, underline twice, tie up Gaz and eradicate trucks, Overwatch Wazdaka, grenade Makari, put flamers in reserves, kill. Those are my notes.
Yeah. That was the best advice I could give you, because I didn't expect them to. You gotta understand, Monty, this is me as an orc player looking at an orc list.
I know.
So my opinion of whether or not this is a sweat list and played sweatily or not is going to be very different, because it really felt like it did. Because I can't believe they would throw Wazdaka in there. That didn't make any sense. But that's because Wazdaka right now is incredibly overpowered.
Oh yeah, he like wiped out all of my Sternguard vets like almost instantly, and I was like, oh okay, well that's that I guess. And I couldn't get him into Overwatch range because he's got that lone op or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah.
So I couldn't shoot back at him, and it was yeah.
And that's that list. That's the thing. That list was so killy. And so, like, maximizing everything.
I mean, my list was sweaty, too, but I just didn't know how to operate it as well. I mean, that was... The guy knew my list better than I did, period. Like, that just... He was like, he knew everything. He's like, yeah, I know this is this and that's that. And I'm like, oh my god. Like, I was like, why are you here? I'm like, why are you, like... But at the same time, I'm like, I think maybe I just put too much into, like, oh, it's a beginner-friendly thing. And instead of just, like, it's a tournament... Like,
Monty, I'm gonna put my hand on your shoulder now and say that was not a friendly beginner tournament.
Yeah,
that was not. The guys could be nice. The guys could be nice, and I will default to what you guys say. That was not a beginner friendly tournament. Not with everything you told me.
After the game, I felt like after the kind of like because I was laughing during the game because it was so fucking ridiculous. And by the end of it, I was like, once we hung up, like, he kind of scoot and boogied pretty quick. And then after he hung up, it was like kind of like the shame flooded me and I felt really bad. Yeah. I was like, what am I doing? I'm like, I wanted to do this fun thing for my friends. I wanted to use this as like an excuse to like learn. I want to get reps in. And I'm just like, I don't think, like, I felt like I because I already fucked up with the dates. Oh, Julie Jelly, thank you so much for the raid. I already fucked up with the tournament start date. I fucked up the draft by the sounds of things, because, like, the guy was like, yeah, your draft was terrible. And, again, my word's not his, but it was like, your draft was terrible. We didn't, like, the starting time was wrong. Then I didn't know about the disposition thing where we all had to have different dispositions. That was in the packet for teams tournaments. I didn't know that until I was registered for the tournament, and then someone shared that with me, and I was like, oh, okay. Like, that is, like, standard, like, rules, and that's fine. Yeah. Also, Julie Jelly, thanks for the 3 months for 18 months. I want your room. No, it's mine. It's my room, and my marbles.
No, I want it.
And my fake cactus. But like I felt really kind of sad, and of course like the thoughts I had was like, okay, maybe I'm not cut out for like the GT, maybe I'm not, like, I shouldn't have done this to my friends, like I feel like I've set us up for something that's not what I thought it was. And now, because it's like if I just did it to myself, I could have been like, okay, I'm just gonna leave, right? But now I have a team that I want, who had good games. They had a really good time, and I'm like, okay, I don't want to, like, you know, ruin it. And so I messaged them, and I was like, guys, I'm kind of stressed out about this. Like, I thought it was one thing. It feels like it might be another. Like, I don't know if we should keep going. I don't know how I feel about it. Because the added thing was then the data slate came out, and the tournament organizer was like, oh, yeah, we're going to have to change it. And, like, I got deleted off of Purge, so Purge is gone. So now I'm like, okay, well, now I have to swap with somebody. And then I'm like, but I don't know if I'm better on Recon or Take and Hold, and I want to practice whatever I want to take to the GT, but if I take and Hold, then it's kind of a domino effect on all of us. We all have to change our list, and the other problem that I'm stressing out is that, like, you know, totally legitimate list building sites aren't updated. So...
That's not beginner friendly. That is GT sweat. I'm sorry.
I know, and now I'm just like, fuck, like now we can't really change our lists because we don't have access to the things that would, you know, give us that resource. We only have 12 hours to do it as well, which, more stress. And I feel like I've bitten off way more than I can chew, and I feel like this shouldn't have been advertised as a beginner friendly.
No, it shouldn't. It absolutely was not.
Yeah. Like, I think that's Arkolv is really angry about it. Arkolv is like, because he's like,
he should. I'm angry. I'm angry about this. Monty, again, 2 hands on your shoulder. I want to know who this YouTuber is. I got words.
You did content with him, dude.
Wait, who was it?
I'll message you it.
Okay. Cause, ooh. This is the card. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, here's the thing, Monty.
Yeah.
You should never, ever feel shame or guilt or like horrible bad feelings after a game. Bottom line, this game should be fun. It should be entertaining. If you lose,
I laughed.
Good...
I was laughing at it because it was ridiculous. Like, you
but
know.
then you came back and you were like, I feel horrible, and I'm like, that infuriates
well,
me.
I just felt a lot of shame because it was like, you know, I'm like, I played terribly. I played terribly. I drafted terribly because I'm the only one doing draft, and like, you know, I just felt a lot of shame. But it's like I'm feeling better about it now because the good thing is after my game was over, Bailey was like, "Hey, come on over. We're gonna be playing some games. Like, come on over and play some games." And I was like, you know what? I was gonna stream a backlog vlog, but I didn't want to come in with like the way I was feeling, obviously, into stream.
Understandable.
And like, so I gathered up. By the way, chat, we are still gonna have Golden Sun. It's just gonna be a shorter session. I wanted to do a backlog vlog today, and I started a bit late because my parents got home from the cabin. Their boat sank.
Oh God!
Yeah, it's fine. They're fine. There was a storm. It was docked. There was a storm. The battery's fucked, but it's fine. But anyway.
Okay.
But yeah, Bailey, the hero of the hour, because I was messaging Bailey going, dude, I'm getting my ass fucking beat. Bailey was like, hey, why don't you come on over and we, you know, try out some of the new data slate and like try out some of the new units and like see how you feel. Like, you know, it was like a nice invitation always. And so, you know, I was like, fuck it. I'm gonna go get like some drinks. Cause they usually drink beers, but I don't obviously drink alcohol.
Sure.
Oh yeah, they saved the boat. The boat's fine. It's just need repairs. It's fine. But I drove there with my army. I swapped out. Like, I did all my switches and stuff. I wanted to try things out. And then, I get to, you know, Bailey's house, and he's printed me a dragon for my Storm Speeder. I can't find the Storm Speeder Thunderstrike in my town, so I got a proxy that's a fucking dragon. It's so freaking cool.
Hell yeah.
I worked on a little bit last night, and I'm gonna do basically it's a dragon that's got armor on it. I'm putting weapons on it, and then I'm gonna have a marine on the base that's like pointing, like, go kill that thing to the dragon. It's gonna look real cool. But yeah, Bailey gives me my dragon, which was super awesome. And then like I just start talking because I'm really low at this point, but I start talking to the guys and like we're talking about painting and stuff, right? And it's like it's so fun. I love talking about painting and like we're talking about stuff. And then a bunch of people show up, and I think it was like 8 people show up, and I get paired with a Votann player. It's my first time playing Votann, and my opponent. So slow, explained things really nice, explained his army really well. We were joking and laughing. He had one dwarf who survived so much shit on, like, it was a single dwarf. He wasn't battle shocking. He was like a lone dwarf in like a squad of 10 who survived like the most like bombs and missiles and flamers, and he was still fucking alive. And then one of his buddies with his car almost came to pick him up, but the guy was like, oh wait, no, I want him out actually so he can sit on this point and potentially contest it. And then the car drove away, leaving that poor dwarf who fucking went through fucking Armageddon behind. We were making jokes. By the way, everyone is calling, like, it makes me so tickled. A lot of the guys locally, like, because whenever Hestand designates his little spot on an objective, because he's got an ability where he designates an objective, and that's, like, his special objective, and there's a few other units in the game that do that, I like to call it the Barbie Dream House.
Oh, yeah. I want to fight that. I want to fight that super bad.
But now it's, like, behind me there was Tyranids versus Gene Stealers, and I think the Tyranids player had a thing where he set an objective, and he also called it the Barbie Dream House, and Bailey looked at me and was like, Monty, it's catching on. And now Bailey wants to print me off like a little mini like Barbie's Dream House so I can use it as my marker for Hestand now, and I've like,
beautiful.
It was nice. It was like, I had a really good time. And, like, I had a really fun game, and we were looking at cool models, and everyone was shooting the shit, and, like, and I put up a really good fight. I still lost, but I lost by 4 points. I got a good kind of feel for my opponent's army. Like, Votann are really fucking cool. I really like playing against Votann. It was really cool, because I was winning like crazy at the beginning, but the Votann list he was running was like a swing army, so it swung back in his favor by like the last 2 rounds. So it was like, at the end of the game, I literally had an Apothecarian, an Adrax, and like 4 Blade Guard vets, which, by the way, Adrax was fucking killing dudes left, right, and center. Like, that honestly made me, like, because I was like, I don't want to cut Adrax from my list. And then I played that game. I'm like, yeah, I'm not fucking cutting Adrax from my list. Look at him. He just killed, like, 50 dudes. God, he's awesome. So it was kind of like, it was kind of empowering afterwards. I did get fucking blitzed by Votann anti-infantry shooting, because my list is a little bit infantry heavy. But like, you know, it was a fun game, and I left that house going, that was a really good decision to go out and play, because it immediately like cured me. And kind of when I got home, I talked to the guys, I talked to Arkov, I did kind of like air a bit of my, you know, my feelings on the matter, and like my team is like, we should keep going, because they had a good experience, and I was like, okay, I have to swap. Me and Evie are swapping. I'm going to go recon for my next match. I'm going to tweak my list a little bit, and then Evie's going on Purge. So that's the swap we're going to do, just to keep it simple. And then I'm hoping, because we're in the loser brackets, our opponents aren't going to be super sweaty. I would like to play a game that doesn't end at turn 2, because that didn't tell me anything about my list at all. I didn't get any experience besides the fact that, I guess, don't poke your Land Raider out a couple of tiny little amounts. That was, I think I just fucked up. I think I may have actually been poking out because the back of my Land Raider may have hit a terrain piece, which I think may have been against the rules. So again, that's one where I'm like, fuck, I just got really fucked up by just some bad positioning overall. And like, yeah, it was a bit rough, but...
Well, I didn't give you the best advice either.
Right now, my goal is I want to lock in my list for the GT. The best news I heard is Bailey is like, oh yeah, this data slate, this is the data slate we're going with. Because again, now that I'm like, oh god, like this tournament, midway through the tournament, we're switching the data slate. I was asking Bailey, like, am I going to have to be ready if there's like another like data slate change? Like, because I don't know what to prepare for. And Bailey was like, what? No, it's like, we're not going to change fucking so close to the tournament. It's like, we have a month.
Hell yeah.
We're not changing data slate. This is the data slate we're running with. Like, this is the data slate we're running with, so now is the time to, like, lock in your list and figure it out. And I'm like, okay. But I want to see if I want to go more, like, I bet these nerds play with little toy dolls. Yeah, dude. Toy soldiers. Hi, Zoran. How are you? But, like... For me, it's like, I want to see which I prefer, which is take and hold or recon. Votan was take and hold, and it was okay. I think the take and hold's good for Forge Fathers because of the 2 OC and Furnace Marines. That's what makes it kind of really strong. But I want to try recon just to see what it's like. But I would like to... I like take and hold. It was fine. But I just want to see what recon's like, just for the the primary stuff and things like that. But... yeah, it was fun, and I had a really good time. But right now, in terms of my list, just because I don't want to remove shit and have to paint more shit, I need to finish my Repulsor, which chat got me. It's almost done. I had to paint 2 librarians, and I need to paint my cool dragon that Bailey printed for me, which is awesome. It looks so sick, and I love it. And then I need to paint 10 intercessors, which are going to be Brothers Albatross, which I hate doing that to myself, but I did it to myself. The only thing I'm a little bit kicking myself in the pants is that the moment I put the last touches on my Sternguard vets, literally I painted their eyes, they got nerfed into oblivion, and I was like, god damn it. But the thing is, they're painted. 5 of them have been sitting unpainted for almost 7 years, like whenever Leviathan came out.
Okay.
And then I got another 5 just with a gift card, so it didn't cost me anything. But it's like, hey, I have them now, and they look fucking sick. And it was fun painting at the Airbnb anyway. I even messaged the Airbnb group for the Edmonton convention, and I was like, guys, guess what got nerfed the moment I got home? And like everyone was like, skill issue, and I'm like, fuck off. But it was like, you know, one of those things. But
sure.
Again, I want to stick, like, my team wants to stick with it. I'm gonna stick with it as well. I'm just gonna hope that it doesn't, you know, it goes hopefully a little bit differently. And I just want to get more reps in with my list. The nice thing is like, at the local game thing, literally, a lot of the guys are like, oh, if you want to practice, like, we can schedule a game whenever you'd like. So I'm like, I do have that as well. I also joined a local league again. The last one I came in last place. Let's fucking go. But this one I'm doing another one. It's another one of those, like, you have 2 weeks to schedule a game, and you go and you play your game and you log your score. And I mostly like to do that because it gets me out of the fucking house and it makes me
I feel
stuff. Yeah. So that'll be more reps to get into.
I'll say this too, Monty. I am done with all video responsibilities for the month. I'm free for the next week. If you want to get in a rep with me, I will be a very good host. I promise you that.
We can always chat. Would you be interested in that? I don't know if you'd be okay with streaming it. I think I asked you before.
Oh, I would love to do that. I actually streamed with Pancreas No Work in that silly little format that I've been telling the group chat about. And
oh,
we had
chat.
a good time.
Chat immediately was like, yes. Yeah,
Hell
I think we should do like a game stream. We could do that on Tuesday maybe, or this coming Thursday potentially.
Thursday would be better. Tuesday I've got my paint night, and I can't do that.
Monty, yeah.
I am growing 6 more arms and putting them on your shoulders. I have 4 copies of the Orc side of Armageddon.
I know. You're.
I have so much to paint.
I know. I want the librarian from that. It looks so cool, but
it's very cool.
Yeah,
good.
The thing is, I gotta paint too. Like, I have to kind of prioritize getting shit done for both the league and the and the tournament.
Yeah.
Because, like, this weekend I was like, oh, I'm going to go out to the cabin. It's going to be raining cats and dogs, so I'm not going to the cabin on my 2 days off. So I'm like, okay, Sunday I need to go to Costco because this bitch needs some Tide Pods.
Oh.
I'm out of Tide Pods and, like, I'm out of cleaning supplies because I used it. Well, I used a lot before leaving. I cleaned my apartment, and I haven't... Gaijin, I haven't replaced, like, stuff for, like, 3 years. It's like, it's fine. It's not the end of the world. It's like, oh, shit, like, oh, I'm out of this, like, cleaning spray that I've had for 3 fucking years, and I finally used up the last of it. I should probably go out and get some more. So, yeah.
Understandable.
And then Monday, we're having our first Miniature Monday. I'm going to be reviewing chat's miniatures that they've painted. Do a little show and tell with that, because I've been really obviously painting a lot. So I'm like, hey, chat, yeah.
I would like to participate.
Do you want to come? That'll be Monday at any time, really. Like, we're kind of doing it. It's my day off, so I can do it at any time. But
okay.
Yeah, I don't know when you're free, but we could do that.
Is that this upcoming Monday?
Yes, it's the last Monday of the month.
Ooh.
Yeah.
If you can figure a time, I think Sarah. I think she's got early morning. Yeah, just give me a time. I'll see what I can do. Like I said, I've got no video obligations, so I'm just...
I was initially thinking 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
I think that's 4?
Yeah.
For me? That should be fine.
Yeah, I have limits, so people can't just spam with a ton of models, but we're picking, like, basically best squad and best single model. And also, the goal of, I'm going to say this again, the goal of Monty's Miniature Monday is not to be like, oh, it's not Golden Demon. We're applauding those who finish models, because the goal of Monty's Miniature Monday is for you to finish your fucking backlogs. I know you got them. Finish them.
I have one model I would want to submit, and that is the model that inspired the character that I play on Fool's Geld.
Yeah, hell yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
The only thing is there's submission guidelines, so you basically have to take a picture. You also, if you can, provide the date where you started the model, but we do want the date where you finished it, if you can remember. So that is a requirement. So that's just so people don't, like, just start spamming stuff, and we know, like, what's a more recent finish and, like, what's something that's kind of older.
Sure.
Yeah. It gives us a window because, again, the goal of Monty's Miniature Monday is to paint the shit you've had sitting around, for the most part. So if you start and finish it closer to current time, you're going to get more golden stickers. If you're like, hey, here's this model I finished 10 years ago, it's going to be a cool model, but you finished it 10 years ago. What did you finish recently? Gun pointed at you.
Well, I'll have to submit something new, but I got ideas.
No, you can submit old stuff. Just like, again, we're just going to be a bit more like, nice, you got this done, kind of praise. So it's kind of the goal. And again, I want to stick with the tournament. I think it's just maybe the second round will be better. I'm hoping. I'm really crossing my fingers.
I think it will.
Yeah. But I think next time if I see a tournament, it's like, hey, it's beginner friendly. I may want to contact the organizer and be like, hey, how beginner friendly are we talking here? Because,
understandable.
Yeah, I think I need clarification for next time.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. I just hope, like, again, my team's having a good time, and my friends who are, like, trying to learn Warhammer have had a good experience, and thank God for that. Because if it was, like, if this happened to Therapod, I would feel really fucking awful. Like...
Well, I mean, that's why I feel awful.
That's fine. I'll get over it. I'm just gonna be dramatic about it first.
Well, I do apologize for getting heated. I hate it when my friends are trying to have a good time and they're getting dunked on, or at least seemingly getting dunked on. Chat, we're all very protective of Monty, aren't we? Just type 1 if you are protective of Monty.
I'll kill a man, dude. I don't need... They need protection from me, dude. Oh my god.
I will never ever forget, Monty, the time I was like, there's a ghost behind you, and you were like, I'm making a ghost.
I made that a short. I actually have that as a YouTube short. I'm gonna put it up at some point. Yeah, it was so funny. That's fine, I'm making a ghost right now, I think I said, as I stabbed a fucking sorcerer in the stomach and killed him.
So good.
Oh my god. I have my moments. I still remember, like, you meeting me in person for the first time, Guy, and you're like, oh my god, you're fucking tall. And I'm like, yeah.
Well... I'm sorry. So, Monty, here's the thing. You always personify yourself as like kind of a funny little stubby individual.
Gremlin creature, yeah.
Yeah, and so I'm like, okay, she's probably gonna be like 5'9" top, something like that. That did not happen.
No, I'm tall. Fucking Arkov's like, he's like, you are tall. And I'm like, yeah. He's like, you're almost the same height as me. And I'm like, yeah.
Did he say that he thought that was beautiful? Because that would be an Arcov thing to do.
Yeah. He's like, he's fine with it. Listen, I've always been tall. The problem is I was tall like in like high school. And then once I got out of high school, all the short people grew. I stopped and all the short people grew, and I was like, what the fuck? You're taller than me now. This is bullshit. So
listen, we all get our growth spurts. You had yours, now let everybody have their own.
I definitely had mine earlier. Yeah. But I'm not discouraged, Gaijin. Like, I was discouraged for a bit, but, like, I went to Warhammer night that night, and I got undiscouraged. I got very, like, you know... It was like... we were laughing at that lone dwarf living through fucking, like... Pearl Harbor and everything. It was like that poor dwarf, man. And then like the fucking Barbie's dream house bit, and then like people, it was good. It was good therapy, and it made me feel better about, you know. I think one bad, it wasn't even a bad game. I was laughing at it because it was so ridiculous, but like I think coming out of a game discouraged, you know, it hasn't happened really yet to me. So I think, you know, except for the one where I beat Bailey and I felt guilty because I kicked his ass so hard, and it was only because I was really getting lucky and he was not, and I felt like a piece of shit. Like, that was one where I left and I'm like, I'm a fucking asshole. And then I told Chat what I did, and Chat's like, you're a fucking asshole. And I'm like, I was like, Chat, please. But like, you know, I want to keep going. I'm having fun still, and it's like I think it was just a bad, you know, it's just a circumstance that wasn't the most ideal, and I don't think anyone's to blame. I think it's just like a situational thing. Like yeah.
Every player's gonna have those. I still remember the worst game that I've ever played because I just felt awful after it, and it really discouraged me from wanting to play against anyone that I didn't know on a very intimate level.
Oh.
So that's. I mean, that was the sweatiest of sweat, because they were like, we went in and they were like, oh, well, we go by these rules, these house rules, and I'm like, okay, I didn't agree to that. You didn't bring that up in conversation. And like, oh yeah, we always play it like this, and I'm just like, all right, fine. 'Cause here's the other problem too. It was a 2v1 game. I was the one.
Oh no!
Don't ever, Chat. If you can avoid it, don't play 2v1 games.
2v2s are fun. 2v2s are fun.
2v2s are very fun. Don't play 2v1s, especially when you're the one, because you're going to sit there listening to your opponents be like, okay, I can kill him if I go this way, I can kill him if I go this way. It's really demoralizing. Yeah.
I think my favorite thing, I only ever played a 2v2 game, and it was me and Sisters of Battle. And the guy who was playing was like, don't worry, I got this. And then like a bunch of shit died, and he looked at me, he's like, you got this. And I'm like, what do you mean I got this? You said you got this! It was very fun. Like, it was very, very insightful. Also, I had a fucking really awesome moment with like a brother. I have a brother Albatross Lieutenant that I painted up, and he was like the lone survivor, and he fucking killed like a fucking, oh god, no, Adrax Agatode 1v1 to Hellbrute, and it was fucking sick. And then the Albatross basically managed to escape another Hellbrute or something, and then I ran over and I threw a grenade at a fucking demon and I killed it, and it was fucking awesome.
Beautiful.
It was beautiful.
Love it.
Painting wise, in terms of like goals right now, I want to get more reps in. I joined a league, a local league. I joined I'm going to keep going with the teams tournament. I have to do my list swap. I just hope the rest of my team can manage the list swap. I think the other thing I feel kind of bad about was the fact that, like, I just can't help my team that much. I just lack the experience to do it. I feel like because again, I became team captain completely with the credential that I just organized us to do it. And I'm like, what would be better is if we actually had like a person who was like a coach, but we just don't really know anybody like that right now. The edition's just way too fucking new. So it's like, yeah. But again, it's not the end of the world, and it's just a game. It's only a game. You don't have to be mad, you know, it's only a game. And it's not like the winner of the tournament gets to live either. It was just like, you know, it was very funny because like everyone lost their games. They're like, Monty, you got to carry us. And I'm like, yeah, I sure did carry. I carried for 5 seconds and then it was over. I didn't put up any fight. It was so sad and pathetic. So
I do have to say, I still feel bad. I'm going to feel bad for a while because I never tried to lead my friends astray.
I think it's a lesson, and I should trust myself more, honestly, Gaijin. Like, again, like, you gave me advice, and a lot of the advice you gave me was good advice, and I did, like, note it down. The problem is when I had that feeling of, like, I feel like this would be better, I should have trusted that feeling a bit more. And because I convinced myself, like, oh, no, I don't know what I'm doing, that's where I made the mistake. And now I'm just like, okay, I should, like, I know my Infernus are really, really good. They're really strong. They have good holding power. They got good action economy because of Forge Fathers. I'm like, they should be on the board. I've also learned with my army, the only thing I should really be putting in fucking reserves is just the Storm Speeder. Everything else should be out on the board. Okay. Basically turn 1. And if I pull a thing, like, early on that's like, oh, go into your fucking opponent's deployment zone, and it's a specific deployment, cool, free CP for more overwatching, thank you. Like, or like, oh, free CP for immolation protocols, goodbye, entire brick of wraiths, you will not be missed. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hell yeah, 100%.
It did kind of sound like that team showed up to shoot fish in the barrel. I don't think that was their intention. Like I said, I think my opponent was wanting to play against probably a better player.
Well, then they shouldn't play in a beginner's tournament!
I don't know.
I'm not gonna let that one go. Monty, I won't say anything. I won't say anything or won't do anything.
I know.
But I'm not gonna forget this one.
I don't think there's any maliciousness. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I think it's just, like I said, I think it's just a bad situation all around. Yeah. I do wish the organization was a little bit fucking better with the. I think there's a dichotomy between the announcement of this is a beginners tournament and some of the organizational choices that are being made, which are clearly not beginner friendly. I'm like, that's my only criticism. It is not like you're a piece of shit. It's just like, hey, I don't think you're thinking about this. I think you're a little lost in the sauce. Because I'm sure for people who've already played 11th, that's easy peasy, lemon squeeze. Oh yeah, new data slate, woohoo, fun. But like for me, it's fine because I'm like, well, I gotta learn anyway. But like the problem is, I already kind of know the basics, whereas the rest of my team are still learning the basics. So it's like that's where I feel a lot of guilt and I feel kind of bad. But I don't want to ruin the fun either. It's not like, you know, it's what it is. But all in all, though, overall. Painting goals are current. Right now it's painting. Slipping games in will be good. Painting is kind of the main, like, I need to get this shit done. My plan is what I'd like to do. This is just me talking to chat too as well. Sorry, Gaijin.
You're fine.
But my goal of what I would like to do is I want to try playing a recon game with the current list I've made. Just see how that feels. And then I want to decide, you know, concrete decision on take and hold or recon, but I want to try recon just to see how it feels, because some people like it. Some people are like, oh, recon's really good in the salamanders as well, and I did take and hold and it felt okay. I think my holding power is not as strong as some others, but the OC is really, really fucking good. Like the OC is really like, there's no reason not to take 30 Infernus. Like that's the thing with my list. I'm like, every flamer that is known to fucking man should be in my list. The only thing is the Intercessors feels a little bit weird. I'm kind of wondering if I should swap them out for, like, a different vehicle. I wish Redemptor Dreadnoughts weren't so fucking expensive, because it would be cool to get another, like... I think they have Flamers on the Redemptors.
Yeah. On the arm.
Yeah, I'm like... Because I had a Brutalis. The Brutalis is fine, but it kind of fits weird in the list. But I'm like, I should maybe get a Redemptor, but at the same time, the point cost is kind of all over the place, and I'd have to, like, again, like, I'd also I'd have to buy one. I don't even think I have one in town, and unfortunately, getting Warhammer not locally is hard. Fenris Workshop's my only place I can get it from, and Fenris Workshop, my beloved, I love you so much, but you know, I have to place an order, and then I have to build, I have to paint it, I have to do all the kit and caboodle, and like, right now I really want to stick with what I have. Like, I don't want to buy anything. I don't want to like. I want to avoid having to pay. Because I will say this. Bailey was like, hey, you could do a list with 3 ATV invaders. I'm like, that is fucking hilarious. That is so fucking... It's a little... No, do not mock the ATV invader. It stunts on those hoes, Gaijin. It's actually really good in Salamander lists.
I can't say anything because I'm running 3 war tracks in one of my lists. And war tracks are just like... They're so pathetic in points and you don't think they do much.
Oh,
but they got rockets and they cause -1 to hit if they hit something. Not wound, but just hit.
Just hit something,
But they're so like they look cool, but they're also dumb at the same time.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Dude, the ATV invader, I think the problem with the ATV invader is that the Space Marines in it are so stiff looking. They look so rigid. It's so funny.
And the Gatling barrel is right above their head.
Brother, my fucking helmet's melting. It's so funny.
Brother, I cannot hear you. It's just tinnitus sounds.
So funny. But it's like, but I'm like, do I really want to paint 3 ATV invaders? And the answer's no. Like, I don't want to do that right now. I'm happy with the painting stuff I have right now. I want to get it done. And like, you know, I have that as a goal right now. Chat, I hope I'm not alienating you. And Gaijin, thank you for joining in this. It was been kind of more.
This is fun. No, I needed to explain myself, and I needed to make sure that you weren't too hard on yourself, because, Monty, you do that sometimes.
I do that a lot, I know.
And Arkolf and I are going to make sure you don't do that to yourself.
Yeah, Arkolf was, like, ready to throw hands. I'm like, Arkolf, I don't think this is worth throwing hands.
I'm ready. Okay. No, Monty, I'm ready to throw YouTuber hands. I was pissed.
Don't, please.
I won't, because you contextualized it, but I'm just like, damn,
I think beginners tournament should not have been included. I think that's just where I'm at. Either that or like we shouldn't be changing mid tournament. Like that's the other thing. Like one or the other. I'm like next time maybe don't advertise this as beginners friendly if you don't have plans in place to make it beginners friendly besides just hoping for the best. Like, you know, that's probably my only gripe, and again, that just feels like a miscommunication, and no, not malicious at all. It was just like, maybe next time.
It just sounds like it was organized very roughly more than anything.
It's very rough. I mean, the fact that I was like, everyone's like, when's draft gonna be? And someone was like, I think it's gonna be at 6 a.m. And I'm just like, well, guess I'm getting up at 6 a.m. to just see if that's when draft is. And then sure enough, I wake up and that was when draft was, but it wasn't confirmed at all. And I'm just like, oh god. The thing is, like, the organizer like at everybody and it was like, hey guys, like this is when the next round is, and like we are using the new data slate, so we did get that. But we also didn't know how much time we had between rounds to get the list in, and now I think it's 12 hours. Yeah, 12 hours was base. It was guessed it was 12 hours, and then the announcement came out. It's like, oh yeah, it's 12 hours, and I'm just like, oh fuck me. So we're not changing our list too much. It sounds like I'm changing mine a lot because mine got fucked the most, but it's fine. It's fine.
But I do want to fight you. I do want to fight Thera. I do want to fight Evie. I'm ready to fight everyone in the nicest way possible.
Dude, fucking Evie and Thera had like an Edgardo and Guy called Squid moment where they trained together before Evie's game today. That was really fucking awesome. Like that's some anime like let's go in the forest and train before your mission. Like that was cool. Like
so here's the thing, Monty, and I don't mean to make this about me. This is just something that's made me scared. I've had my last 3 games cancel on me at the last minute.
Oh my god!
And I feel like I'm struggling to find people to play against, and I'm like, am I the asshole or something?
Nah. Yeah, fucking Evie. Me, can I do this? There, I don't know. Those are the best games because you're like, we don't know what we can do. The game I played with Thera, I was like, fuck, I don't know, like if you score when you're on an objective or not. I actually don't know. And it was so fucking scuffed. Dude, Evie and I played in person to give him some, like, just give him, like, a feel for the game. And it was, like, the most, like, we had no idea what the fuck we were doing, and it's literally feels like a 12-year-old teaching an 11-year-old is literally how it feels. Like,
fantastic.
Oh, but there's something kind of special about it in a way where it's
yeah.
like you're kind of floundering through and figuring it out.
'Cause that's the fun.
But you should absolutely, like, I mean, I should add more people to that totally secret Discord that you made me make.
I didn't make you do anything, Monty.
No, Mr. Game Guy, you do not get to do this. You were literally poking your 2 pointer fingers together like, man, we should make a server that we can, like, play games in and shit. And I was like, and you were like, yeah, someone should make a server. And I'm like,
I didn't say it like that. Come on.
So coy. And I made a server. I also wanted to make it because then I could call it Vulcan's Forge and it, salamander themed, so.
And then I was like, of course you named that for salamanders. It's mine. I get to name it. I'm like, you know what? That's fair.
Yeah, it's my my fucking car, my fucking music. Shut up. So, yeah, no. I also got a good joke in, like, fucking... I think I said it to chat earlier, but, like, I was playing against Votan, I'm like, yeah, because, like, the guy was like, yeah, a lot of people are playing Salamanders really strong. I'm like, yeah, some people are playing Salamanders because they're really strong. I'm playing Salamanders because I want to kiss Vulcan. We are not the fucking same.
That is correct.
Like... Dude,
like,
if they release a model of him, Gaijin, it's all over for me. It's all fucking over for me.
Do you have the Horus Heresy one?
I do, yes. I do have the
Okay,
Horus
well,
Heresy
it
one.
should be all over then.
I have it, but here's the problem. It's a Forge World fucking model.
Oh, you don't want to kiss that.
Oh, yeah, I don't want to kiss that resin directly down my gullet, dude.
So, Chad, I gotta say this too, because this is something Monty did that made me very happy. So, when Nazdrag got announced, I think it was Tuesday, I was screaming at her. I'm like, I have my Primarch. I don't care if you Marines get everything ever now. I'm happy. Yep. And the thing that she said was, I'm happy for you. And I'm like, I knew that you meant that. And I sincerely want Vulcan to come back just for you.
You were so, like, I when you get an all caps from Gaijin, there's genuine joy there. It's always great. So.
Oh, I'm so happy. That's my boy.
He looks great too.
He does.
He looks fantastic.
He has an extremely hazardous weapon that's probably going to get him killed multiple times, but
that's
I'm here
hilarious, though. That's fucking funny.
Well, it's Monty. Okay, so Monty, do you know what custom Mega Blastas are for orcs?
No, not really. No.
Okay, imagine plasma rifles, right? Except they're always unreliable. Always. It's that. Add 6 barrels and make it fully automatic.
That is some let's go gambling energy. I love that.
It is. Dude,
I love that.
That's what orcs should always be.
Yeah,
when people get up my ass about, they're like, why don't you ever play like a super melee army? And it's like, because I want to do more than just try to hit 3s, chum. Yeah. I wanna hit 6s so my dopamine goes off and I could just roll all that. I am that asshole that is telling the Tau player who just wants to shoot their railgun, hang on, I get another roll. I am that asshole.
Oh my god.
So get ready.
It's a lot of dice. Dude, fucking the Votan player was like, I rolled like an immolator flamer into like fucking, I don't even know what it was. I killed a lot of fuckers. I think it was a Terminator, like the dwarf Terminator equivalent, like a full thing. And I was like, I need this dead yesterday. And so I did my immolation protocols, which gives me dev wounds on my flamers. And I like rolled how many shots I got, and I was gathering up the dice, but I got tiny, like, listen, I may be tall, but I still got tiny ass fucking hands. And so I was trying, and I used like the small dice too. Chad even got me some dice, and I was like gathering up, and the guy was like, you're such a, like, jokingly, right? They were fucking ribbing on me, but they're like, you're gonna kill my fucking boys, but I hope you have a hard time rolling those dice. he's like, I hope you struggle to roll those in your dice tray. That's what you deserve. And I was like, shut up! And I like rolled them all because I kept dropping them. They were so like, my hands are so small.
I've got medium-sized hands. So, Monty, here's the thing with the way that I can kit flash kits, and depending on the stratagem I can use, each one of them could have upwards of 9 shots each.
Damn.
So that's 90 shots. I gotta get my hand around that thing because I have to roll everything at once. I refuse. And it was so bad that my buddy Mordo actually made me a dice roller that is Shuda shaped specifically for this purpose.
Dude, someone at the thing last night was like, you need one of these, and it was like, you know, like coin sorters, like they're like you throw the coins in, it like organizes them and they all come down at the bottom. They had that, but it was specifically for my size of dice. They were like, you need one of these, and it stacks them into 5s, so then you can just grab them all and you can set them aside as 5s. Because I like to stack my dice into 5s because it's just quicker to grab them. Best advice I ever got. Like, that's really good starter advice. That was like the first advice I got from John Warhammer was like, hey, when you're playing your game, when you have downtime, take your dice and put them into rows of 5. So that way you can grab what you need at a moment's notice, and when you're done, you put them back. And it was really fucking good advice. But that little apparatus, which I love, is like you pour them in and you just like grab 5 at a time and then you set them aside. And it's just like, I don't have to like then like count out 5 and like be awkwardly leaning over like a little coin counter goblin, like just like 5, okay, now 5, and now 5. Like, you know what I mean? It's like easier.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the apparatus. Gaijin, have I showed you the apparatus?
No, I want to see this
apparatus.
So I was
talking, me and Arkov had a fight. And by fight, I mean, like, we were both pissing laughing, because I'm like, I want to run a lot of Hormagaunts. My life goal is to have just a true swarm Tyranids, just a fuckload of bodies. But in order to do that, like, every Hormagaunt has 3 attacks, and there's 20 of them in a unit, right? So I was like, fuck, I'm gonna have to, like, you know, have 3 dice ready to go, like, potentially 60 dice ready to go to pour for my Hormagaunts. But then there's the added issue of like, oh, but like what happens if like the Hormagaunt's dead and I only have like, you know, like 18 in there. So I designed the apparatus. I'm going to present it on stream first for chat. So that way
I mean, I can see it on stream.
Yeah, you can see it on stream. I have to add it as a picture actually. I don't actually have Whoa. Okay, image, add image. They fucking changed OBS. What the fuck? OBS got an update. Okay, here's the apparatus.
Yeah, there's a couple.
Oh my god, come on. Give me the apparatus. Nope, not bagels. I need the apparatus. There we go. Okay, this is the apparatus. Wow, it's really big. Sorry, it's really huge for some reason. Let me fix it real fast. I just flashbanged my fucking chat. This is the apparatus, okay? So it is a device that you slide D6s into. It can fit a maximum of 3 vertically and 20 horizontally. And then you can make them so you stack multiple up, like, from bottom to top for each unit of Hormagaunts you have. And then the end of the apparatus is open, so you can just pour out the dice. And then you can just reload it like a shotgun. Also, 200 bits from Surtex. I have spare Termagants from my original starter kit. I do not want them. Do you want them? I don't want anyone mailing me shit right now. It's too expensive. I appreciate it, though, Surtex. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much. It's always nice to see you. Also, very sorry. Yeah. But you basically, like, you stack it up. It fits 3 dice. And then, oh, I'm rolling for this group of Hormagaunts. Okay, 2 are dead. Remove 6 dice, but I slide them out of the apparatus. I take a bullet out of the shotgun.
Amazing. Yeah, and no, then, this is some orc crap right here.
Yeah,
I love it.
I sent this to. I was like, Arkov, this is gonna solve my problem if I want to get faster at rolling, especially for my Hormagaunts, because I'll be running like 120 of the fuckers, and they're all gonna have different health amounts and shit. And fucking Arkov's like, why do you not just use a bag? And I'm like, because I don't know how many dice are in the bag. He's like, well, you count the dice and you put them in. I'm like, I don't want to count the dice. I want to grab 3, slot them in, and not worry about how many. What if I actually add 3 more or 3 less? And we fought about it, Gaijin. We fought about it for an hour.
Oh my god.
We had an argument about the apparatus for a fucking hour. Because I was so adamant that the apparatus is the pinnacle of wargaming. And fucking Arkov's like, oh, but just use a bag, though. I'm like, no! And then I showed off my dice bag, like, before Unexpectables the other day. And Arkov's like, oh, I see why you do not wish to use a bag. Your bag has several bags inside. I'm like, no, even if it was a singular bag. And I was so tired, like, Arkov, I do not want to have this argument with you again. Like, I don't want to argue about the apparatus again, dude. Fucking goddamn it.
I love that is what you as a couple argue about. That is the most, like, pure thing ever. I love it.
Fucking, he doesn't understand the vision. He can't conjure a fucking apple. And if he can't conjure an apple, he cannot conjure the power of the apparatus. God damn it. Anyway.
Should I leave you to get back to Golden Sun?
I should probably get set up for Golden Sun. I think what I'm gonna do, chat, is we're gonna end it here. That's the backlog vlog. I'm gonna commit. I'm committing to the GT. I'm gonna try my best. Here's the thing. They're considering what they're gonna do for the painting prizes for the GT as well. I asked Bailey, I'm like, hey, could we bring like models not in our army and like do like an army showcase? That'd be kind of fun. And totally me not asking because I painted 10 Stern guards and I really kind of want to make that a little bit more worth it. But I think that's gonna be nice too. I want to see some armies and I want to have my ship painted for that. So
sure, that's
my goal right now. And again, I want to reiterate again before people go, in case people do find out what the tournament I am in is. It's just be nice. It's just some miscommunication. I don't hate them. It's just like there's some stuff where I'm like, damn, but it's not like, we should burn their house down. It's like really not that big. My opponent was okay. I think I was just not an opponent for him. You know what I mean? Like, I just think that was not a good mix of both players. It was not him being a dickhead. I wasn't being a dick. It was just a situation, okay? I just want to... Your name is Lubing Up Grandpa. I think we're done here. Yeah, I saw that. I think we're done here.
Okay, time out. So I have you Thursday at 4 p.m. my time?
Thursday at 4 p.m. We can do that, yeah. Probably. I might have D&D though, so we probably want to aim because D&D starts at 4 p.m. and ends at 6.
Well, that's... Oh, yeah, for 2 hours... We'd have 2 hours.
Yeah.
So what are you thinking?
We could do Friday before Golden Sun. That's another option.
Golden Sun!
Like we did today.
Okay. Yeah, let me remove this.
If I get any cancellations, I'll let you know, because sometimes D&D gets canceled. If not, then, like, I don't know. Your Saturdays are probably busy, eh?
Like, this upcoming Saturday, no. Okay. I mean, well, no, because we're gonna stream that. That's right. That would have been perfect, actually.
Because I normally do Pragmata, and then after Pragmata, I usually have D&D, but it kind of goes late, so.
Yeah. Okay. So, what time Friday should I put you down?
Anytime before 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is when we do Golden Sun.
7, 8, 9.
Oh yeah, Evie's asking if we want a game. I think Evie wants more reps.
Yes, Evie. Yes, I keep yelling at you, and you're like, "We'll do it later this month," and I'm like, "When is this month?"
They were in Canada. Leave them alone.
Okay. 2 my time. 2 my time would be noon your time. Would that be too early?
I could do noon. If I have enough heads up, you can send me a reminder. I'll get up by noon to play.
Okay.
It's Warhammer, man. I wake up at like fucking 8 a.m. for tournaments if I have to. Tomodachi this week, I'm always aiming for it. There is a chance it may get canceled. I'm sorry. Tuesdays are kind of a weird time because it's right before Unexpectables, and I tend to do a lot of prep work that night.
Yeah.
So, and especially since we're going to be we're streaming on Monday as well. Like, yeah. And I want Sunday to paint. I really want to have just a day where I just put on an 8-hour video about an obscure PS2 game and just fucking paint my shit.
Do you want to do it any earlier?
12 latest, probably noon latest for me.
Okay, or earliest for you?
Yeah, earliest, sorry. Earliest for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'll be 2 p.m. my time. That'll also give me time to let my people know that, hey, we're finally going to have this throwdown.
Yay! Yeah.
Evie, you yell at me when you want to play. Oh, Bonnie, do you want to do 2K or 1? Because you said you were talking about 1K before.
I think 2K is fine. I think 2K is fine for me now, yeah.
Message me later what you want to fight, okay?
Yeah, let me see... Depends on if I get a game in before we play. I don't think I'm going to with my schedule, but if I end up getting like called in for a game or whatever, or like a league or something, I don't think the league starts until August. If I slip in a game of either Recon or Take and Hold, maybe I'll want to try some stuff. I might experiment with some units potentially with you, but I'll see where I'm at. If not, I just really want to learn my list for the GT, like just over and over repetition. Right?
Yeah, if you want, like, I can run the list that you kind of fought, except a lot less sweaty. I can run heavy vehicle, I can run heavy... I can run anything.
I think for therapy, you should run your shooting list.
I wanted to do that too because I want to be like, okay, Molly, this is exactly what my thought process is and how you can kill the shit out of me.
That would be really good for me, I think.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. I'll do
right.
that then. I'll have that ready.
Sounds good.
Have fun. I'll still be in your stream.
All
or
right,
your,
sounds
your
good.
chat.
I think,
Bye.
chat, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go eat something, and then we're going to start Golden Sun. We'll probably go a little later tonight, but Gaijin, thank you so much for joining us, and stay out of trouble.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
I'll check you later.
Take care.
Bye.
There he goes, like an angel's kiss. But, yeah. So this is this backlog vlog. Sorry, it was a little bit overdue. But I hope you guys enjoyed. It's kind of a weird, like, in-between. It's not really talking about a tournament or anything, but, you know, just kind of my efforts into trying to learn my list to go to a GT. Yeah, who the fuck was that guy? You guys know that guy? So, yeah. So chat, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna probably run out. I'm gonna go get something to eat real quick. And then I'm gonna eat, and then we're probably gonna do some late night Golden Sun. So we'll probably start at maybe, like, I don't know how long it's gonna take me to eat. Probably start around like 8:30 Pacific Standard Time, and we're probably gonna go for a little bit. We'll see. We'll see where the game takes us. I don't know what next part we're in. We're in like a really like 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 Asian inspired area of the game now. There's like a princess and there's drama. It's great. So that's where we're gonna be at next. But yeah, I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna go pick up something to eat real quick, 'cause I'm very, very hungry. And yeah. Thank you guys so much for coming to these. I hope you guys do enjoy them. I like kind of checking in with my journey with Warhammer. I'll be uploading this VOD to the YouTube. And yeah, I appreciate you guys listening, and I appreciate you guys like following me on my my little dumb little journey, my little nerd journey. Sorry I started late. Like I said, my parents got home and their boat sank, so we had to talk about that for a bit, and it made me kind of start late. But yeah, that's it for me. We're gonna raid. Actually, I think, are we gonna raid? We might not raid, actually, just because I will be coming back. I'm coming back. So I think I'm not gonna raid. I think I'm just gonna end out the stream. Normally we would raid, but I think just for today, because I will be coming back, we're gonna just end the stream here. So there's gonna be no raid. I know it's gonna be crazy. But by the way, what time will the MMM stream be, Monty? I'm thinking 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for the Monty's Miniature Monday. I may invite, I know Gaijin was interested. I think having Gaijin on would be great, because Gaijin loves painting. I might see if I can grab somebody else who likes miniature painting and have them join us, but, again, it's more of a casual thing. Guys, I just want to reiterate, Monty's Miniature Monday is not meant to be like a competition. It's meant to be kind of like a check-in thing. And I might put someone's picture on the fridge if I like it. Know what I mean? But the goal of Monty's Miniature Monday is to get your models painted. That is the goal. That is the goal of Monty's Miniature Monday, is for us to get our fucking backlogs painted. Because God knows we need motivation to do that sometimes. But, yeah. Alright, so I'm going to end the stream here. I'm going to run out. I'm going to go get something to eat real quick, and then I'll be right back. And we'll be doing some Golden Sun. Alright, chat. I'm going to be gone for a little bit of time. Do not set the place on fire in the meantime, and I will catch you here in a little bit. Alright, take care. Goodbye.